We previewed earlier this week that this might happen, and it sort of has. Donald Trump's one of his former national security advisors, John Bolton, one of the most disgusting neocon war hawks of the last 20 years, has been called to testify in the impeachment inquiry of Donald Trump next week. If Bolton shows up, and we'll talk about that, Bolton would be really the first major witness in this entire thing. And Bolton, as I've said before, is not a good guy. He was one of the architects of the Iraq War. He just loves a good old war for either regime change and or oil. He's a total hothead, but he believes in defending his values as he sees them. Now, they're not my values. They're probably not yours. But Bolton believes that Trump's values are not the right ones. He was not pleased with Rudy Giuliani's smear-seeking projects under Trump. He called them Rudy's drug deals, including looking for dirt on political opponents, including Joe Biden. If Bolton testifies, it could be absolutely explosive. We have every reason to think that Bolton could do serious damage to Donald Trump based on what he knows. The White House, on the one hand, of course, is urging Bolton and others, just don't show up. No surprise. That's been their approach all along. Now, let me immediately give you what some are saying is bad news, but I don't actually think it is. Last night, John Bolton's attorney, and of course, if you worked for Trump, you probably need a lawyer right about now, and Bolton has one. Bolton's lawyer says that without a subpoena, John Bolton's not going to be there. And we might imagine that this is a suggestion that Bolton is not going to show up. I don't believe that that's the case. It is not uncommon in these situations that the potential witness will request a subpoena or say, I won't show up without one. Because if they show up voluntarily and say things that Trump or whoever take issue with, that is a very different scenario legally for Bolton than if he was subpoenaed to testify. So it is not uncommon that for their own protection from future potential reduction of liability from something like a civil suit or perjury, or, whatever it is that Trump might allege John Bolton engages in, it is not uncommon for Bolton to say, for someone in Bolton's position, rather, to say, I will only show up if I am subpoenaed. Here's the bottom line. If we can get Bolton to this committee, Bolton is a bloodthirsty and ruthless neocon whose political views I find absolutely disgusting. But that doesn't matter. I would not want Bolton as my public political enemy. And that indeed may be terrible for Donald Trump. This could get ugly in the best way very, very quickly. We live in extraordinarily strange times. I acknowledge that, where someone as depraved in his political beliefs as John Bolton might actually signal or be the catalyst for the start of what is ultimately maybe an attempt to right our democracy, which has been turned on its head by this administration. That phrase about politics makes strange bedfellows has become almost apocryphal at this point, but it seems particularly accurate right now. And if Bolton's going to be the catalyst for maybe starting to right the ship that is on its way down, then that's a good thing. And we should anxiously and positively await the testimony of John Bolton. I'll let you know as soon as I know whether he has been subpoenaed and whether he will indeed be there next week. Let's take a quick break. Give us a like on Facebook at facebook.com/David Pakman Show. After this, there is a tweet for everything. That is the meme that best applies to what we will discuss after this quick break.